ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions like, how do I record an episode? How do I get my shows into all the apps people listen to? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to each one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and it's ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you up with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading you this ad. My podcast host and I, we live all over the United States, and Anchor allows us to sound like we're in the same room. So while everyone is all quarantined in from this coronavirus, we can continue with business as usual and keep bringing you great shows. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. Remember, I can't wait to hear your podcast.
Yo, it's your boy Jeff, the owner and host of Saucy Conversationz, and I just want to wish my beautiful queens at Naturally Unbothered on behalf of Bernice, Mac, and Daddy is and myself a very, very, very happy anniversary. We love being on this episode, and just want to tell all the fans at Naturally Unbothered, keep supporting this podcast. If you're new, subscribe to their podcast, and I'm guaranteed on my end, I'm going to have Saucy Nation subscribe to your podcast and continue to show love to your podcast. Once again, queens, happy anniversary, and anything you need from us, we got your back. Peace and love.
Hey everybody, it's another episode of Naturally Unbothered. I'm Shari.
I'm Ebony.
And we have a
I'm Lisa.
podcast called Saucy Conversationz. Hi,
Hey.
fellas.
What's up?
Welcome.
Unbothered. What's going on?
Beautiful queens.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We have penises on the show, ladies.
Penis.
And we got a lot of them.
Penis.
Thick and long ones, too.
Absolutely.
Because size matters.
My mouth
Yes.
is salivating.
Yes.
Yay.
I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't think we've ever had 3 penises at one time. ladies.
No. Oh, Lisa.
I know. I just said my mouth is salivating.
All right. Yeah. So, fellas, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and then tell us about your podcast?
Well, I'm going to start off. So, I'm Jeffrey. I'm the owner and host of Saucy Conversationz, and I got my co-hosts with me.
Hey, how you doing, people? This is Mac, another co-host of Saucy Conversationz.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Hey, how y'all doing down there? Hey, this is Thad. The government name is Thaddeus. I go by Thad, a.k.a. Young Thad, so I'm looking forward to this good shit here.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
the concept for our podcast, we started like in 2018 around July, and the concept came from me just being around friends and family at a get together, and during that time I was looking for something to do in my spare time, and while I'm at this get together, we just talk about sports and politics, and when you start getting drinks in the system, the truth comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Something spoke to me and told me to take a step back and listen to everybody's points in the conversation. And it was funny, and it was good conversation. So I said I wanted to bring this on a platform that it can make like everyday people come on and just basically give their opinion while they drinking.
That's
So
what's
that's
up.
the point Saucy come from is just having good, drinks and all that, and just having a good conversation with everyday people.
That sounds awesome. And you guys also have a female on the show,
Yes,
Bernice.
Vernice, that's the first lady of Saucy Conversations.
All right.
Yep. Shout out to her. She can't make it
She can't
today,
make it tonight.
Yes.
but
She's here in
Yeah,
spirit.
shout out to
Hey,
Bernice. Hey,
Bernice.
girl. Hey, we
DC,
missed you.
what's up?
her best wishes to y'all.
We will keep their asses in line for you, Bernice.
Hey, Bernice.
Yes, we'll keep them in
Yeah, you
line.
better try because she can't.
So, what's everybody drinking tonight?
Well, we had a couple of some of everything, right?
Yeah,
So,
we got a little everything going on
we
tonight.
had some Blue on Long Island. We got some beer.
Yeah.
So, and we got some Pepsi.
We got a home away from home tonight, so the prepper's choice, exchange and all that. Good old TGIF kind of, bartending for us tonight, and we're just a little bit off our game, but glad to be in your house.
All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in our house, ladies. What y'all drinking?
I'm drinking
All right.
Mint Made Tropical Blend.
Ooh.
Ebony.
Ew.
Yum.
We got a good vodka that will go with that. We got.
I bet.
We got to make sure you get a taste of that.
Definitely. We got to send y'all a bottle. We have a sponsor called Click Gay Vodka. So we're gonna send some ladies
There
a bottle,
you go.
and y'all enjoy it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Up.
That's
Yes.
what's up. We'll take it. And I'm a vodka drinker, so
Absolutely.
awesome.
It's crazy smooth now, and it'll creep up on your ass. So you got to be careful now.
Yes,
That's
she
just
is.
like me.
Panties tight though, because they'll slip off with that in there.
It's gonna make me vulnerable.
Yeah.
Choose your company carefully.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right. What you drinking, Lisa?
That's funny. That's funny. So, Shari, I'm drinking our infamous drink. One of them anyway, and we're gonna call this one the Lily because it's an original for Naturally Unbothered, and it's a mix of mango sorbet and prosecco.
Okay.
Well, I am drinking Cabernet. I'm drinking wine.
You fancy, huh?
I'm feeling bougie right now.
I'm
working in Florida. I'm staying at this resort, and so I felt like today calls for some wine. I was on the patio earlier, so I'm just being a little bougie amongst all these other bougie people right now.
Hair done, nails done, everything.
What's your room number?
7112, sir. 711.
I got some room service coming your way. Late night snack.
I'm in Villa 7. Villa 7.
Yeah, for real.
All right, so we're gonna do cast updates. So my question to everybody today is, one by one, everybody will answer this wonderful question.
What you got?
When is the last time you masturbated, and with what?
What? Damn.
I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna start with Thaddeus. Let's
go. You gonna start with me?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. You know what? I like going first. It's usually ladies first though, for real though. So I like to see that thing coming like more than once, twice, 3 times. I'm like LeBron. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 championships. But on real talk, hey, I ain't scared of myself. Fuck that. I'm talking real talk. So, my shit was jacked this weekend like a motherfucker. On the real, and for the man ain't got many choices. It's either one or two, the left or the right. You know what I mean? And so, hey, look here. When I was younger, I think people felt a little something about doing that type of thing, felt it was kind of taboo. But, I'm an old head. I'm old school. I'm like Detroit, like a motherfucker by way of New York now. And so, yeah, when my thing is feeling swelled up and it needs to be released, shit, I'm going to let that motherfucker go. So, to answer the question you talked, that motherfucker got beat down this weekend. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if it was the left or the right. I feel like Mike Tyson in that motherfucker. It was coming left, right, hook, everything. So that's my shit right there. I think it was a little bit of both.
Okay.
Real.
All right.
Sounds like you got a lot to handle.
Damn. Let me think about that.
Yeah. Ebony? Ebony, how about you?
I'm a little choked up.
I'm getting choked up too.
You got a dick in your mouth? Why you
I do
choking?
not.
What's
I do not
happening?
have a dick in my mouth, bitch.
Oh,
But
Okay, sorry. All right.
the last time was actually this morning in the shower.
ooh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
You have one of those water jet shower heads?
I got
Nice,
a new
Ebony,
shower
nice.
head. And I did, and I needed to.
And you had
I
to test it
did,
out.
and it worked. It's like a motherfucker. Yes, it was nice.
That's why you sound so relaxed earlier. You wasn't extra intense.
Yeah, after the day I had to, it put me right where I needed to be to face the day. It was wonderful.
And any other tools involved in that?
Nope, I didn't need any other tools. Not at all.
Ooh, damn, I love that.
Yeah, it was. That water was shooting out of
All
there.
right,
So
Mr. Mac.
Okay, Mac Daddy, what you got, Mac Daddy?
Oh,
What
I'm
you
next
got?
Tell the
up.
truth and shame the devil.
Honestly, the Kung Fu grip's been on sabbatical. Like,
What?
I've been trying to get on this yoga semen retention kick.
Oh,
okay.
But see the fallout from that. You ladies probably know a little more than the guys do, but it's like mood swings. Get a little agitated far too easy. You know, but
Yes.
But other than that, yeah, it's been a minute. I said let me go into 2020, change some of my Scorpio ways and stuff.
Ugh, Scorpio.
Ooh, I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah, so I figured let me remove that Pornhub bookmark from my web browser.
Oh, you that's your fight too? That's me like
No, really, the one
that's the
site,
best one.
I would say the one site that I prefer over that, because you get a lot more international variety, would be X videos.
That's my shit right there.
X videos is
that's my shit.
less ads. You know?
Really though?
Yeah.
They in 4D now?
No, it depends on the link.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The X videos, the variety there, especially international.
Okay.
Like them brown Brazilian females.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the move. But
okay.
I'm being.
Well, I masturbated to X videos last night, so.
So let me ask this: what's your genre to watch? Are you into the Japanese hentai, bondage, S&M? What's up?
No, I like tripping.
Yeah, that it's something about that is interesting.
I just like to see the two pussies and the clits like touching and massaging each other. That shit is so fucking fire.
That shit is fire, especially those big clips. Them look like little dicks.
Yeah.
They ain't doing shit.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Those
looking
are
like
kind of
ring
scary.
fingers.
I don't
They look like little
I don't
dicks.
really like those. I don't like them because they look like little dicks, and it's like, why you fucking a little dick? Like, I don't like that.
Well, we all start out that way in the womb till those genes split up. So
True, but no, I like just the regular normal clit, not the oversized one. No clit shaming though. You know, hey, if you got it, you got it. I don't want to watch that though.
Right.
To get myself aroused.
In that case, is bigger better or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, got a size, please.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Cause that was the theme of the night. You know, size matters. So when I see that little joint sticking his head out, like, you know, I'm thinking, okay, you know, maybe size does matter with him then.
All right, so if a girl had a really enlarged clit like that, would you let her stick you in the ass with it?
Oh no ass here. Oh no, this ass is just for show. That's too far.
Okay.
You know,
and then the flip side of that is, would you eat her out and would you suck her clit?
You know what?
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say yes like a motherfucker too. You know, I mean, although it looks like a little dick, which might be a little turn off. You know, a few more shots of that click vodka and I can get over it. Yeah, you know, because it really is ladies first. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that you know everything is happening like once, twice, 3 times, and then, you know, as much as it can. So yeah, I lick that motherfucker.
Okay. All right. So, Jeff, when's the last time you masturbated, and with what?
I masturbated this morning.
What did you? No wonder you were late.
Jeff is afraid.
I can't believe you came in here late. That's what you were doing.
Yeah. This morning I masturbated. I have a flashlight, so I.
Yeah, flashlights are awesome. I bought one of those for my ex-husband.
Yeah, flashlights are awesome.
No, hold on. I'm sorry. No, you got to explain that. I don't know what the fuck a flashlight does. Other than seeing with that shit, what does that do?
It looks like a flashlight, but it's it has like a.
Yeah, for the listeners who don't understand.
Pussy in the pocket. That's what it is, but it's shaped as a flashlight.
Oh.
And it's large. It's a large pussy.
Yeah.
You look at it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
you gotta show me.
And you can control the suction and everything.
You control everything, and also the vibration too.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm living in the dark age.
So it was just morning.
Every man should have one.
Huh?
I said every man should have one.
I agree. Every man should have one.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, but I didn't tell y'all what I masturbated with. I masturbated with a G-spot vibrator.
Oh, so
that sounds sexy.
So to go along with that, if I may, are you a squirter?
Ooh, good question, man.
I cannot make myself squirt when I am masturbating, but I have squirted quite a few times in my life.
It's a tricky spot to hit sometimes, from what I'm told.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. That G squirter.
I'll remember the amphibious gear then.
No.
What?
Yeah, the squirters. You gotta get your wetsuit on with that.
I need a snorkel, some goggles. Scuba gear. Gotta get my frogman on.
Damn. Who else we got? Did everybody answer that question? I don't think they did.
Did everybody answer? Lisa, you answered right? Okay, Lisa, what's your answer, honey?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine was the day before yesterday, and I went natural this time. Usually I'll watch a little bit of porn, but it was just me and my hands, and I usually like to take my finger, put it in my mouth until it's really warm on the tip, and then put it on the center part of my nipple. And then just stimulate
like that. I love
my clit until right where I need to be.
Okay. But that cat ain't
no virgin. I'm a virgin. My skin is all virgin.
Right? That's a grown cat. That's a grown cat, right? No that's a meow lion like.
That's that Wakanda.
She said a petty lion.
She's a lioness. It's a
lioness. Exactly. I love that though. Damn. Wow. So we all pretty consistent though, right? I mean, Max on the outer realm, but you know.
That was a little visual audio visual stimulating right there. That your little description of your process, man.
Yeah. That's why that phone's smoking over here.
Right
now.
That is hilarious.
So ladies, before we go to the next one, the first lady wanted to chime in. She would call in. So can she call in real quick?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell her to call right now.
Conference area.
Yeah.
Hi, Bernice.
You see her, Ebony?
Hey, girl.
Hey. Okay. Welcome to the party.
Yes.
Hi, Bernice.
I'm so sorry I couldn't make it.
It's okay. You're on here. It's like you're here.
Hold on.
You all
it's
good,
okay.
Easy? What's up?
She told us to hold on a second. She doing something.
Hope she ain't doing that thing. No.
Well, if she is, she done invited us to the party, so this is gonna be like a whole order.
Multitasking.
I can roll up my head and pat my stomach at one time.
There you go.
Sorry, guys, I'm back on air. Sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, it was one of those late nights for me. I was hoping I usually get out early, but it was one of those days, of course.
So I have a question, Bernice. Are you speaking on speakerphone?
I am not. I'm on my AirPods.
Okay. All right, great. Just making sure. All right, cool. All right, so you have some questions to answer.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
Because you're late, so you got a question to answer, and that question is, when is the last time you masturbated and with what?
Jeez.
Hey, DC, they don't play around, man.
I shouldn't. I don't know why I'm surprised that I shouldn't get any other question other than this one from this. Oh my god!
Be honest now. Come on, DC. You know how we do.
Oh my god! Damn, I need to have my drink first. I honestly, I don't remember because, you know, I've been in a relationship for almost 2 years. So, like, we're together a lot. So I haven't found the need to do that in a while. So I truly don't remember when I did that, you know, to be honest. I would be honest, but like I just don't remember.
That dine and smash that.
There's never a need
You
for
said, why masturbate when you have the real thing sitting right there? You know, I don't need to masturbate.
And there's
listen. Let me tell you something. To add to that question, I was single for 4 years and celibate for 4 years. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I think I said this in a podcast a long time ago. So I really, once I found my partner, I really did not find the need to do that anymore. Like, you know,
Don't believe
like,
you.
I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. So, yeah, that's my story, though. But anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll take it. All right, so we're about to play a game. Oh, go ahead.
no,
What was that?
It's on you, lady.
I thought you were saying something, Bernice. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm following your lead.
I feel like jigsaw.
Okay. Well, we're about to play a game. It's called What Would You Do? So I'm gonna ask everybody a question, and you tell me what would you do? What would you do if you were in this actual scenario? Okay.
That sounds fun. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So this time we're gonna start with Ebony
And Ivory.
and she has a daughter named
I do.
Ivory. Yes,
All right.
I do.
Ding, ding, ding.
I did that.
All right. You ready?
Let's go.
Hit me.
You're riding a dick,
Ooh.
and you decide to try a new position. You sit on his dick and fracture it. He punches you. What is your reaction?
Holy shit.
He punches me.
Flashback. Not good.
Yeah, you just broke his dick. That
Great
shit hurt.
question. Wow.
Oh my god. Well, I guess I have to answer that. Like, I didn't even know that was a real thing. Like, I always thought it was like a myth. Like, that can't be true.
Trust me, Bernice. It's not a myth.
The dick can be broken.
I've lived through that. I had a couple of injuries in my day.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Oh my god, that is so like terrifying. I mean, to be honest with you, I am not a doctor. I would literally just call like the ambulance like right away, like, you know. That's yeah.
And what would you say to the doctor? His dick is leaning to the side.
Listen, Listen, at this point, I'd be so like, whether it was my fault or not, whatever the hell it is, I'd be so like just like mortified, and like I feel so bad for my partner that like I just tell the truth. Like, listen, I broke him, and
I broke him.
I broke him.
I did it.
Wow. Damn.
That's a horrible scenario, but yeah, I mean, honestly, it's the best policy at this point because you want your member to work in the future. So
that's like BDS, broken dick syndrome.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So Ebony, what are you doing in this scenario, in this situation?
I don't. Can you repeat the question, please?
Oh, okay, let me get back to it. Okay, so you're riding a dick
without a saddle,
and you decide to try a new position, and you basically fracture his dick, and then he punches you
with his dick.
Reaction.
Because it's my fault that it's fractured, I'll probably suck it. You know how like when your child has a boo-boo?
Oh, that's a great answer.
How you kiss your kid's boo-boo and say, hey, let mommy make it better. That's how I'll be like, come here, daddy, let mommy make it better.
Damn.
I would suck it.
Whose answer is that? Ebony, that's you?
Yeah, that's me.
I'm about to break my dick now. What is going on? Great answer. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I'm about to break my dick right now.
I want you to know that because wow.
Wow. That's amazing.
Oh my goodness. This is so funny. Okay. Jeff, you ready?
I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
His fingers are crossed.
All right. So you're hitting it from the back. You slip out. You accidentally jam your dick in her ass so hard she starts to bleed.
Oh.
Who starts to bleed? Me? I'm bleeding, or is she bleeding?
She's bleeding. What do you do?
Yeah.
I'm not really an anal guy, but I will.
It was an accident.
I know.
You were going for port number 1. You hit port number 2.
First I apologize, and then I will wipe up the mess I made, and then actually she's ready to keep going.
Try to get back in port number 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's bleeding out her ass, and you like, you want to keep going?
Clean up on our fire. Clean out, exactly.
You ain't bullshit, man.
We gotta finish this. We gotta finish it.
Hey, bitch, I got a Band-Aid. Can I put it on
so
your
after
quick?
you
No mercy.
Once we start,
Go ahead, Ebony.
At that point, it becomes thigh pussy or something. You know what I mean?
So after you clean up the blood, you wouldn't like eat her booty like groceries?
No, I don't eat the booty like groceries because some of them groceries are good stuff.
You don't eat groceries.
No, I'm not a grocery guy. No. I like poutine pie.
Poutine pie.
What does ass taste like? I ain't never had ass.
I don't know what ass is.
That's so tragic.
I can't believe we're talking about this. Like,
yeah, GMO and pesticide.
Yeah,
I'm a poom guy. Yeah. I don't like it.
All right,
Mr.
Mac. Mr. Mac.
Yes. It's the Mac Daddy.
Mr. Mac. So, Mr. Mac, you
okay.
Go ahead.
Mr. Mac, you going down on this chick is somebody who you really, really like. She got a banging body. You've been trying to hit her for a minute. You get down there, you about to eat her coochie, and you notice a tampon string.
Oh, Mama Flo in the house. What you gonna do, Mac? What you gonna do with that? Who that motherfucker was?
What you gonna do?
That is a situation where, I'm listening to this. I'm like, damn, does she really know me? That situation.
This happened in your real life?
Yeah, it happened to me too.
Yeah, me too.
like some Charles Manson shit.
Yeah, I'm not the one for running red lights, my personal, but I would say that's one I'll just speak to her. I'll be like, we can reconvene this after your cycle is done. We can re-engage in this situation, but right there with the tampon and everything, that's a turn off. That's a buzzkill for you know.
Okay. For the plug.
Well, for me, it depends how heavy she is.
Yeah.
If she's very, very light towards the end of her period, it happened to me before. I didn't even see the damn string come out, but I did eat it, but I didn't see it towards the end when we was like done. But she wasn't like heavy bleeding, heavy flow. Yeah, it wasn't no Bloody Mary in that motherfucker.
I ain't gonna eat that motherfucker, but I still tap it though. Like 187 on their ass. I tell that pussy up. I ain't gonna eat that motherfucker, but I'll be a bloody mess up in that motherfucker. Hey, boy, I have all kind of state crimes on my for real.
Lisa.
Oh shit.
All right. So Lisa, you're going down on a guy.
Yes, dear.
And you're sucking his dick, you lick his balls, and all you smell is shit. What do you do?
Lisa, what you doing?
As much as I love a dick in my mouth, I think I would have to back up off of that one. And usually I like to take a bath before I have sex. I would prefer my partner to do the same. But in a situation where you're just doing it at spur of the moment and you just need to at that time, and I smell that, I would have to back up. Yeah. Because I can go for an extended period of time sucking dick, but I'm not going to suck dick and smell shit.
Down with something.
Not going to do it. No.
All right. So Thaddeus,
talk to me.
You and your mate are having nasty, freaky, dirty sex
tonight.
And she sticks tonight, yes, and she sticks her finger in your ass.
Oh shit!
What do you do?
Oh shit! Okay, now we got a problem like a motherfucker on the real. Hey, look here. Look here. I'm as freaky as the rest of the motherfuckers, right? I love ass. I love all that shit. You know what? I don't like ass. That shit too tight, and I ain't trying to prep no ass either. I like the pussy on the real. So. With her hand in my ass, if it's like a slip or something like that, I can get over that. But I ain't playing that shit though. The ass for me is off limits. Black men got nice round asses and all that, and my shit is just for show. That's all that is. You know what I mean? You can pat that motherfucker, you can rub on that motherfucker, you can hit that motherfucker, but ain't no fucking finger going up that ass. Now you can lick the balls, you can do all that shit, but ain't no fingers up the ass. Not with grease, none of this shit. I just can't. I hate wiping my own ass. So I know ain't no motherfucker put no finger on my ass. I'll be like, and I would do it tactfully though, because I still want the pussy. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, Thaddeus, in the end, she stuck her finger in your ass. That's the scenario. You can't say what you don't like. She's done this. The finger is in your ass.
Oh, it's in the ass? Okay, it's in the ass. Ooh,
how long it been?
You know what I gotta say though? All bullshit aside, that motherfucker for me on that might be a deal breaker. That shit might shock my ass back into reality for real. I mean, all my horniness and all that shit, dick be limp and everything. I think I'm done then because I can't imagine this shit. Like I say, I got a problem wiping my own ass. I can imagine another finger on my ass. So I'm like, that's a deal breaker for me. For real.
You sound real emotional.
I am.
Like you might need a therapist after this.
I think I need a hug up in this motherfucker.
You need a hug?
For real. Oh, this finger in my ass now? Holy shit. Cut it. That's where I am.
All right. All right. That was good. That was great. So listen, I sent you guys a topic. Did you guys have an opportunity to look at the topic?
Yes.
All right. So for our listeners,
shout them out. What's up, listeners? What's happening, everybody down there?
Yes. He said down
up
there.
Here, over there. You see what I'm saying? Because I know y'all. I looked at some of y'all like platforms and all that. You guys are everywhere. So between you being everywhere and us being everywhere, we're reaching a lot of motherfuckers. So shout outs to the whole crew. The motherfucking down there where you at Savannah, ATL, New York, Brooklyn. I'm from Detroit, from the D to the mini, from everywhere. So go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, because we even have a nice little international listenership as well. So we was real proud about that. That popped up. We was like, oh damn, we in like 7 countries now. So
Jamaican girls are freaky. I like that. Give them a shout out. Hell yeah.
All right. So tonight our topic is during a break. Is it expected for your partner to remain sex-free the entire time, or are all bets off?
Oh shit. That was the topic.
Now this topic comes from the Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union situation. They were on a break, and he ended up getting a girl pregnant and having a child during said break. So what's everybody's thoughts? Just feel free to speak.
Way to go, D Wade, for one thing. I'm gonna let Jeff go. Way to go, D. Fuck that.
With me, with this topic, it all depends on the situation. So if me and my girl decides to take a break, we have to discuss what the break is about. Is it, are we seeing other people, or we just taking time away from each other just for a little while, just a couple of weeks, a couple of months? Like, what are we doing?
Some parameters.
And we have to, make, amends, or, are we dating? Are we not dating? It's a lot of elements around this topic. So it depends on what me and my partner agree on when we taking this break.
So basically you're saying that if you decide to take a break for you and your partner, if you decided to take a break, then boundaries need to be set.
Gotta have a little something to work with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you at, Maggie?
I kind of feel like I don't feel like all bets are off. I do feel like, you should be doing some self-reflecting during that time. Your focus shouldn't be on other bitches. Your focus should be getting us back together or getting us back on track, because I'm over here trying to figure out how to get us back on track.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts. And if a baby derived out of this situation, then I guess you got a baby mama and you got a whole family, because I'm out.
But what if it was you that decided that you wanted to break?
I could have wanted the break, but I didn't want the break for you to break out and go get the baby and then bring that mug home.
That's extreme.
For me to goo goo gaga kiss with. No.
True that.
Yeah, you're not taking a break for it to end up being community dick or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Do we have to go back and define break?
I think we
do. We have to. I think we got to define break, you guys, because if it's a break, if it really is a break, then a motherfucker really ain't like held accountable to anything. Jeff talked about parameters and setting up some guidelines and shit like that. So I think it's gonna vary. Like if some guidelines set up and we take a break, then we take a break, and we just trying to clear our head and all that shit, because I'm all about self-reflection, and all that. But if it's a situation where, especially if my boo initiating it, and it all depends again how it's being initiated, like, oh, I just need some time, this, that, and the third, then shit, look here, like, all depends on how long that break could be.
You know what I mean? And then if some pussy did, come up, it ain't like with malice, like, no revenge pussy. It's just some pussy because I need some companionship. Now, I ain't trying to bring no baby in this motherfucker. Now, D-Wade went a little too far with that. But it all depends. So I think we got to go back and look at and define what that break means.
All right. I mean, to me, it would just, I would think a break literally meant, I would think, I've been on a break with someone before. That break consists of, we still were talking. It wasn't like we weren't talking. We just wasn't kicking it at the moment and stuff like that. Like, we just wasn't hanging out. We was, taking time for ourselves, but there was still an open line of communication. Not enough communication was lost that you should be out in the streets fucking and making babies.
Got it.
That's my vision. That's Shari's vision.
That's true. I can agree with that. I can actually agree with that.
Like I said before, it has to be boundaries when you're taking that break.
Yeah.
Like you really have to say, like, you can't be fucking everybody else. If that was your intentions, then your focus is not on our relationship.
I think so
too.
Exactly.
Right.
I think it needs to be boundaries, but I think that if a person also is going to step outside of those boundaries because they feel that urgency to fulfill that need, then they need to use protection.
That's the reason why we're not going to be together no more. Because your ass out here ain't wearing no condom. This some random bitch and you ain't wearing no condom. That's why we got to break up.
Because it could have been worse than a baby. It could have been something transmitted that you couldn't get rid of.
You're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. That's first and foremost. I'm an old head, so all the free balling, all the free dicking, all that shit was yesteryear. You see what I'm saying? And I know it's still motherfuckers out there that talk about, I don't like using condoms and all that shit. You better get the thinnest one out there, because otherwise your ass could end up in the morgue somewhere or bringing that shit to the crib. So, no, I totally agree with that. I was bullshitting earlier about, D-Wade going out there. Like, when he came back with the baby, I don't know if I'd have had that motherfucker, because it could have been anything. I'm sure there was a lot of testing that went on after that.
I hope so.
You know what I mean?
I would hope so.
Because it's the heebie-jeebies out there.
Yes. It's a whole lot of it. And, and the chick that he had the baby with is from one of the little reality TV shows. Mm-hmm. So we don't know how many dicks she done hopped in, off, on, whatever, and y'all just raw dogging it. Like, I don't know. I can't.
Damn, I totally agree with that. I'm passionate about that shit. No, you got to wrap that motherfucker up on the real, though, because life is real these days. I mean, motherfuckers are dying, over a motherfucking night's pleasure. You know what I mean?
That is correct.
So now wrap that shit up. In that case, on my break, I'm being celibate than a motherfucker. Hold it real. No, that's a great question. Then I think this, we could push this conversation along for a long time, because it's a lot to dive into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you didn't set any boundaries at all, if y'all didn't have no type of conversation, I don't think it's fair to assume that they aren't going to go out and fuck somebody.
Right.
Yeah. You're not really thinking that. You just think about just taking time for yourself.
Right. But exactly.
Other people might take that another way.
Right.
It's all about communication, like I said from the beginning. You got to have communication with your partner. At the time,
right.
You have to set boundaries for yourself. Like, we're taking a break for ourselves to make ourselves better. Not to be going out and it's having a free fall with everybody. If that was your intention in the beginning of taking a break, then
we need to break up.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna give a man secret though, on the real though, for real though, that a guy, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. If you give a guy a break, you give a guy a break. Even with conversation, that's almost like a fucking that almost gives him a pass to be like, to go out and get some different pussy. That's just all that is.
Some guys.
You know what? I don't want to speak to all guys. I mean, Jeff, you say some, I'm gonna say most on that shit.
I'm gonna say most
I
of them.
believe that.
I'm gonna say most of them.
Yeah,
See.
majority of guys will see it that way, and some females will see it that way.
Yeah.
Majority
So,
of guys.
I'm not. That's why I would have to be like, hey, we just ain't. We really ain't clicking right now. We need to take a minute,
Right.
mentally. But when your ass get horny, you better call me, because if I find out you fucking somebody else, consider it's over.
It's a done deal. No, I agree with that. I like that.
So now let me add this to it. And dealing with the break. Now, would this theoretical break be more physical or emotional? And the difference between the two, sometimes, be it male or female, you get so far along in the relationship and they just might want a little taste of something strange out there. So in that case, it could be something. Yes, in that case, it could just be something physical.
Yeah.
But now on the emotional, mental side of it, it could be those internal issues that need to be worked out. Like, for instance, brother keep leaving the toilet seat up.
Right.
And she's getting highly vexed over that. Or it could be the way she chews her food, chews with her mouth open like a camel. It could be a number of things. And then you got
at that point, you guys are really been together for a while, and y'all just agitated about everything the other person does. That's what that seems like to me.
Exactly. So
y'all do need a recharge. In that situation, y'all need a recharge. Like, really, y'all may need to hey, we're gonna take a week so y'all can miss each other and come back together. Like, y'all might need that.
Right.
So y'all can, you can give you opportunity to weigh your pros and cons. I mean, is her chewing that food like that, smacking every time? Is it really that fucking bad? I mean, yes, I've fallen in the toilet 2 or 3 times, but I mean, there was a towel. Am I tired of wiping the water off my ass? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, y'all gonna have to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then it comes down to the honesty between those two involved. Can they really look in the mirror and be honest with themselves and say, this is really why I need to break, and it's not out of selfishness.
Right.
Right. I agree with that.
Right. Or minor things that you turning into major things, just like Shari just said a few moments ago. Some of those things it's not even worth warring over.
Why the fuck are you breathing so fucking loud? Like, fix your breath.
No. So do we? So do we? When you're talking about breaks, I know I always hear people talking about we're on a 2-week break. I mean, so is it time, or is it like incident or issue that dictates, like when the break is over? You know what I mean? Because people are like, oh, I'm on a 2-week break. What the fuck is gonna happen in 2 weeks if you ain't like really communicating and doing anything or whatever? You see what I'm saying? Then you come back together after 2 weeks and shit's still the same. So which one really drives the boat? Is it like the time, or is it like the emotion and the feeling? You know what I mean?
But you know what I feel is that if 2 people go on any type of sabbatical, whether it's sex, whether it's emotional, whether it's financial, whether it's physical, the purpose of stepping back from something is to reassess it, to see not what the other person is doing wrong, but what am I doing wrong in this situation? Because ultimately we're only accountable for our own selves and our own actions. And so therefore, when I feel like if you go on any type of sabbatical, you're stepping away so you can reassess what it is that you're doing right, so you can continue to do that, what you're doing wrong, so you can modify that, so you can fix that part that's broken,
I agree with
and
that.
then come back and make it even better than it was
great
before.
Statement, because I agree with that shit for real.
Gotta do the work, whether you're together or apart.
Yeah, you do. You have to completely do the work, because what's the point of the break? If you're not gonna do the work within the break, then it is a complete break up, and you need to go your way and I go my way. Period.
Yeah, right.
And I think too, that's where, like, when you look at the tabloids, Dwayne said that was the hardest thing for him, was to tell her that he made a baby, because ultimately That's what he was supposed to be doing, reassessing the situation. And instead of him reassessing, he made it even worse than it was
because you couldn't
prior
have came back with me with
to them
I'm
taking
sorry,
a
baby,
break.
but she pregnant, and I don't even have a child with you. We don't even have a kid.
Is that? I mean,
we working on the mother. We don't have a child. I gotta go take. We done had 50,000 miscarriages, and I gotta go take IVF, and now we got a surrogate. You know what I'm saying? And you over here just making babies, just showing me in my face, bitch, you can't make no baby. I can though. Like it's so much shit going through my mind. Like we ain't gonna be able to make it. She a strong woman, because we ain't gonna make it.
Right. And I think too, Shari, with her, I think when they did the break and they did the reassessment, I think she reassessed and she came up ultimately with the conclusion that she really genuinely loved this man.
Can you really trust this motherfucker though? Can you really trust this motherfucker that you not had a break? You having issues with your fertility. He goes out, knocks another motherfucker up, comes back into your spray. Now he all in your pussy talking about, yeah, I'm back, I'm good, and all that shit. Can you trust this motherfucker?
I can't.
Can the sisters on the line trust that motherfucker? Can at least Ebony, Shari, can y'all trust him? Would he be back in your bed?
I'm not gonna be able to trust you, sir. I'm sorry. I already said it's over. We are breaking up because I already know I can't do it. I already know for a fact I'm not gonna be able to do it. Every time I look at that child and I know that I don't have my own child with you, and it's not even that child's fault. I'm sorry, child, but I can't look at you and because I'm going to be a part of your life. You're going to be a part of our life. You're going to be a part of our family because it's a completely blended, situation. Right. So I don't know. I'm not going to be able to do it. Like, I ain't even going to fake the fun. I ain't going to be able to do it.
I could do it.
In that scenario, reminds me of something a while back with the R&B singer Neo, a female. He was once in a long-term relationship with. He emphasized to her that he didn't want children. Period. So she cared and loved for him so much she went and had her tubes tied, if not burned. Yes. They said it's irreversible. Yeah, and he breaks up. Yeah, gets married within the same year that
I remember that.
Has a child.
And then
has a child around and rubs it in her face.
Oh shit!
I'm ready to have kids.
That's some gangster shit.
That when I heard of that, I was like, that's some low shit
about that.
Yeah,
when all she wanted was a life in the future with him, as a family,
right?
And she went to those extents,
right,
to modify her body to please him. And then he turns around, all right, bye, I'm out. Let me go on to the next and knock her up and create everything that we could have and should have
had together. Damn, now that's some
right.
Shit. That's some
we need his ass for that.
Yeah, that's some shit.
Yes, ma'am. I already just keep going. It's fine. I'm working on it. Y'all just keep going. We got
lost Ebony.
Lisa still there for the chicken in the mouth? No.
That's why I said y'all know calls and stuff are going to
my girl. I have to look out for my girl.
We get it. Slowly.
Yeah. But I do remember that storyline about Neo and the female that wanted to start a life with him. And that's hard for a woman, especially when she's willing to go to that extent for a man. I mean, you really have to have some deep love for him. Some genuinely deep love to go to the point or the extremes that you would not be able to have children anymore just to please this man.
Yeah.
Right.
And then for him to turn around, he cut very, very deep. As a woman speaking, if someone did that to me, he wounded her extremely.
And
And it's not one that you can easily bounce back from physically.
Even like, no,
Emotionally,
that's a tough one to
over
bounce back
time she
from.
would, but
And
physically, no, she
when
can't bounce
violence
back.
and shit comes into a relationship, that's when I can see shit elevating into like some craziness. When I now went out and altered myself for your ass, and you go out and do some dumb shit, I might be peeking you through your fucking window. You see what I'm saying? I might be in your garage. I mean, not to be like that. I ain't crazy like that. I got the potential to be. But you know what I mean? Some shit like that would actually push your ass over the top. That's some fucked up shit. I didn't know we did that. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah, bro. That's one of them situations, brother, be in the tub one morning, wake up to a hot pan of grits and cheese.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. That's the shit I'm feeling now. I'm like, damn, he did that.
You got some Medea going on over here.
Exactly. Well, the way I see it.
What's your thoughts, Ebony? You got thoughts?
Yeah, the way I see it. The way I see it is two sides of the story.
You know that same situation.
You know her side of the story.
Go ahead,
we don't know Neo's. And I'm a realist like that. So you never know. Some women just doing it just for the love of the money.
Right.
For the love of money.
Or anybody can be doing it for the love of the money. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I agree with y'all when it comes to her side of the story, but we don't know Neo's side. Mm-hmm. So I'm a realist. Mm-hmm.
And that's true, because I consider myself real fair with people, individuals also. And my grandmother always told me that there's three sides to a story. There's her side, his side, and then there's the truth. So in turn, we know bits and pieces of what is published.
She could be crazy as hell.
But in reality,
but we don't know that.
We don't really know what's going on behind closed doors.
It would be the first time. She could be crazy. She could have been one of them crazy ones, and he like, I don't want no fucking kids with that hoe. Because you just never know.
Just never know.
People,
that's the way I see it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You never damn know. So
you don't.
I mean, he might have been saving himself for a lifetime of. She might have like mental health issues in her family that are real strong, and he don't want that bleeding over to his kids.
That's true.
That's a good point.
True like a motherfucker, man. Trust me. That's his
Neo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or it could be other type of issues going on, Shari, that he just don't want flowing through
body odor that
his children's genes.
You be scared of that shit. Any fucking thing, shit. You want to pass that shit on.
Neo.
Wow.
Bye. You're back.
All right.
Hey, sorry guys. So sorry, but this completely died.
You're good, Bernice.
You good.
No worries at all. So we're trying to get Ebony back, and we finally got you back. So Ebony's having a problem too.
Yeah, maybe DC can chime in on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, she didn't hear the question. You got to fill her in and let her chime in on this.
All right, okay. Let me grab the question again because I had gotten off the screen.
Dwayne now.
Talking about it. Okay, so during a break, is it expected for your partner to remain sex-free, or are all bets off?
During a break, like we're taking a break from our relationship?
Yeah.
Personally, I would feel like all bets are off, meaning like you can't like do that. Like you can't like.
That means he can fuck who he want. He can do whatever he want. I mean, it's a free for all. We ain't together.
The first one. I don't like. For me, at that point, that's not a break. That's a breakup. You know, that's a breakup to me. I feel like a break is truly like we need to like literally physically separate each other, like separate from each other, and like but. It's more like a physical thing, not an emotional thing, and like kind of have time to like clear our heads or whatever. But like once you already start interacting with other people, like entertaining other people, then to me that's a breakup. I stand very firm with that, but that's my opinion,
Yeah, I just want to say, Bernice, you mad greedy. I know what you're eating right now. What are you
Oh
eating?
my god! I'm literally eating a salad. I'm trying to like stay safe.
Like, what are you eating?
What's your thoughts, Ebony?
I think all the women are basically saying the same thing. Like, we would literally have to come to an understanding. When you go on a break, the break is supposed to be so both parties can get themselves together before they come back together. Not so the both of you can just go fuck whoever you want.
Yeah.
That's not what a break is to me.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. Now let me play devil's advocate again. Now say
let's go.
Now say both parties you go through at the break, but you get that sexual itch, and being that you don't want to actually go out bringing other people into the relationship while you're on a break sexually, you decide to hit your boo up. It's just a booty call. But now what happens once you go beyond, say if there's a time period of the break and the sexual booty calls still go on, and you find yourselves and realize that basically you've become functional fuck buddies. Technically you're still together, but you function better just as fuck buddies.
Well, I mean, it's your it's your relationship, so you guys have the capabilities to redefine what your relationship is. So if you have redefined your relationship as, you know what, we weren't vibing anymore really as a couple,
right?
The sex has always been great, let's keep fucking, then that's what you do. That's the definition of your relationship. It's yours.
Facts.
If we are on a break and you go fucking line somebody else up, this shit is fucking over. Period.
Never know. Play that.
I feel like
there's
kind of a reservation in itself, because it's almost like were we really that solid to begin with, or was this more like a physical, almost like platonic thing? You know?
Right. Yeah, because that scenario will work if both parties agree to it. But if one party is thinking everything's going to work out, this is going to be my man, this is going to be my woman, but the other person in their head, they're just like, oh, it's just my thing on the side, my fuck buddy, but it's consistent.
Yeah.
You know what it is? People are afraid to speak up for themselves in relationships. You gotta learn how to speak up for yourself.
Yes,
and,
I like that, Jeff.
Express how you feel. Not just worry about what your partner is going to think.
I agree.
Yeah. You just gotta speak up for yourself. That's all. Just tell the truth.
People need to understand that the other person is not a mind reader.
Exactly.
I don't know what the fuck you thinking. You need to open up your damn mouth. And women do that so much, and I'm sorry, men, but they do. They think that you're supposed to read their fucking mind.
Right.
And I think that's the dumbest shit on the planet. You over here not getting fed in your relationship because you think he's supposed to read your fucking mind. When he asks you, ma'am, what's wrong? And you say nothing, bitch, you lying. Tell him what the fuck is wrong.
Those mouth can't be fed.
Sitting there brooding.
Yeah.
Some women like, he should already know what I think. He been with me for a certain amount of time. He should already know.
Well, guess what, bitch? God didn't make me a mind reader, and I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you.
I ain't Miss Cleo in this motherfucker.
That's right. So, bitch. So guess what? Since you won't tell me, come on, let's go to the movies. Let's hang out, bitch. Whenever you're ready to fucking talk, we'll talk. Otherwise, I'm gonna continue my relationship in the happy way that I'm feeling today.
Oh yeah, have that cheddar biscuit and call it a night.
Yes. Or take your angry ass to sleep. I'm gonna be over here chilling.
No, it's true. People need to learn better communication skills for sure. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So let's move this right along. Ebony, since we got you back, honey, welcome back. You and Bernice, y'all came back right around the same time. All right, so go ahead and what's the name of Ebony's
What we got? 1 second. What we got?
Say my name. Say my
Destiny
name.
Child on this,
Yeah.
Say my name.
Ebony's
Say my
segment
name.
is called "Say My Name."
Okay, I'm gonna
saying my
give
name.
y'all a little
Shots in
background.
here.
I'm gonna give y'all a little background. I'm gonna give y'all a little background on the reason why this is the name of this segment.
Okay.
So, for some reason or another, people have found Ebony's advice enlightening or some shit that they really want to actually utilize in their relationships.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out. Well, you guys will hear it for yourself. I don't want to pour salt on her, but that people keep writing in to her. So she basically has said people's names numerous times on the show. She just keeps just randomly saying their damn name all the damn time. It's not even a question no more. They didn't even ask for advice no more, but she just throw their ass back up in the subject.
Don't leave a name. So
yes, they didn't leave a name. So go ahead and read. Go ahead and read your question that someone asked you. Poor soul.
Okay. All right. So this listener says, "Hi, ladies of Naturally Unbothered. I'm a day one listener, and I love how the show has evolved. I have a question for Ebony." That's me.
Blah.
So Ebony, I've been married for 4 years, and my husband and I have a pretty dope marriage. My issue is our sex is getting boring. It's so predictable. I've showed him sex positions you posted on Sunday, but he was like, nah, not interested. Every time I suggest something new or fun, he shuts me down. Help! How can I get this man to spice shit up?
Call me.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay, y'all. Let's go.
So
Do tell,
most times
Ebony.
I would say just throw the whole nigga in the trash. I'm not going to do that.
Damn.
Today I'm not going to do that because you guys are married and you've taken the oath. So I'm going to say you should go to the sex store and they have these little coupons. If you guys are into games or board games, I know my husband and we play games a lot. So you can just kind of slip a coupon maybe in his lunchbox if you're packing his lunch for him, or maybe in his briefcase or wherever he works, just put it in his sock drawer so that when he sees it, it's like, oh, okay, so this coupon says I get a blowjob.
Ooh, like that. Coochie coupons.
Yeah, exactly. Coochie coupons. So you give him these coupons, and that'll kind of ease him into different positions because the coupons say different things. You can get those at any of your sex shops in your town or wherever you are, and I think that'll help a lot. But open communication helps, and I think that you guys should probably talk so that you're not getting bored and probably resentful and do something stupid. I do not want you to cheat on your husband. If he was just some nigga that was just like, you was just fucking, I'd be like, fucking ditch his ass, throw him in the trash. He's sorry, he's weak, his dick is probably little, whatever. I would say all kind of shit. But I think he's worth saving. So go ahead, get those coupons, suck his dick often, and then shit will change.
Bitch, this is the first time you ever gave some real advice that somebody can use. Damn it.
She's married, and I want to help her out.
Ebony,
Damn, this is the first time ever. Because normally your ass gives some whack ass, horrible ass. Are you fucking kidding me? Ass.
She turned the corner.
Turn up. Saucy Conversation on you. Turn up.
Ebony, you did awesome.
You ask me for advice. All the advice I give you is going to be fucked up. If you're married and you ask me for advice, I'm going to help you salvage your marriage. That's just the way it is.
But Ebony, I want to add to what you just said too. If she doesn't want to go to, or she doesn't like the coupons that they have at the sex store, then she can make her own. She can be really creative. I mean, and then she can really personalize the treats that she gives him or allows him to have. So
on any
kudos. I love that advice.
Be like, go fuck his best friend.
That's low.
You gotta load the gun on that one.
You gotta get the strap on.
So in this situation, is he happy with the sex and she's not?
or both?
They didn't give us that much detail. Okay. She just said it's getting boring.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't say it was bad.
She wants to try new things.
Yeah.
Huh.
She wants to try new things.
About every other Sunday, we post different sex positions, and it has like different sex positions. And anytime I post anything, we post anything that has to do with like a certain sexual something. I always post sexual positions that go with that topic. So apparently she's been showing him these things, and he doesn't want to try any of them.
What position goes with this topic? Is it the doggy style, missionary? What is that? The whole fucking Kama Sutra or what?
That are really uncomfortable for him, like, like really out of his comfort zone. Like, he's like, what the hell is this? Like role play or, he's not specifying on which positions is it,
Yeah, but Bernice, these positions are not risque positions. These are like, instead of like what she was speaking of last Sunday's one that I just posted. So they're basically about not having sex in the bedroom, using the couch, using the table, and there's positions for that.
Thinking like put the shit up your ass type of position or something that, Yeah.
No, it's just really just telling you how to align your body on the table so he can get the best penetration. Like, these are like helpful tools. They're not anything that's like, tie his ass up and hang him from his balls and crazy shit.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's literally, how to use your couch to help you guys get the best penetration in sex and, stuff like that.
And he ain't down for any of that. He's not down for any of that, right?
Yeah, he sound like he just want to stay in the bed, missionary, maybe her ride sometime. He hit it from the back. He sound like they about 3 positions.
He's a boring motherfucker. He's a boring motherfucker on the real.
There's other ways to spice it up, though.
Yeah.
If you just want to keep it in the bed,
yeah.
Like, figure out what he really turns him on. It could be a foot fetish. It could be dressing up in a uniform, or it could be something else instead of just having sex outside the bedroom. There's always other ways to spice shit up.
Because I
agree, because we just posted. We did a thing about foot fetishes. I posted positions that women can use their feet to help the man get a hit.
I love that.
So yeah, like it's all there. So I mean, do it.
Yeah. Sounds like this brother might need a good friend to nudge him along, because I'm like, if he wants to keep it in the bedroom, fine. Go online, order one of those gravity swings for the doorway. You still be in the bedroom, something different, something creative, and you just.
I mean, I kind of feel like he fucking somebody else.
You know what?
That could be the case too.
He could be fucking somebody else. And one thing that it doesn't sound like this guy has, it doesn't sound like he has a lot of game about himself, a lot of conversation. You know what I mean? Because how the atmosphere or the ambiance that you're setting is usually kind of what drives things. Like, ain't nobody fucking the sounds anymore. You know what I mean? Like, young people don't fuck to the Isley Brothers and shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can fuck the Soulja Boy. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how old this guy is, but he needs to he needs to up his game, as far as his conversation and shit like that, because that goes a long way.
Up his game and also speak up for himself.
Yeah.
Part of me, he may just be inexperienced. He may just be someone that has not had a lot of partners.
That's true. That's true.
A little bit uncomfortable experiencing.
It's communication. It's communication between
right.
You know what she could do? She could just actually without even saying, she could just passively take the lead with him. Grab his ass by the hand and put him in the position that she wants, and just let him perform. You see what I'm saying? That's what it needs to be sometimes for people who aren't really aggressive like that.
Well,
Right. Then she might run into the issue that another caller had that she tried to offer him new position, try to teach him, tell him about a new position. And he was like, who the fuck you been fucking? Oh, new position.
Because now I'm glad that segues into something else, because now it sounds like this, the person that wrote in, that she's genuinely concerned. And just listening to the way that was written, I'm almost tempted to say that she may be the sexually aggressive one in the relationship, but she's holding back to help protect his male ego.
Exactly. That's exactly what
I agree.
Yes.
You know, because you know, because it sounds like she wants to go there, but she's tiptoeing around his ego, like his pride might be hurt. Like the bedroom is his
sanctuary,
his domain.
Yeah, exactly.
And she wants to go beyond that, like maybe something in a parking lot on a rainy day.
What's her address?
Or while they had while they could be at a friend's house party or something. Be like, yo, let's go in the laundry room.
I mean, it could be that, or they both know what the fuck they doing.
Yeah, honey.
Anybody ever thought of that? It happens.
You know, Jeff, I think
there's no chemistry.
Ebony, he said the laundry room.
Is there ever a time, referring to the play Hamilton, is there ever a time to bring in a second? You know what I mean? Like, I'm speaking facetiously now, but I mean, literally, is there?
I mean, if he's opposed to a new position, he sure ain't gonna let you bring nobody else up in
That's true. He can't handle one coochie, and the two gonna scare the shit out of him.
No, exactly. He's not gonna allow you to bring another partner in.
Yeah, Toys would intimidate him. Yeah. He would be jealous of Toys. Actually, I can't believe you like that Double D get you. Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm curious. I mean, she's been listening since day one, so I will solicit out to her. Like, do you guys currently use Toys? Are you guys, what are you guys doing? And hopefully, she'll write us back and let us know. What they're.
The shower is always sexy. And it doesn't have to be an act in the shower, but it just
shower sex for women is not as good for men.
Right.
You're damn right. I've been burnt a couple of times.
Right. Not necessarily the sex in the shower, but the showering together before the act. You know what I mean?
No, it is the temperature of the water in the shower.
In the shower.
Because women, y'all could be 100 degrees in the fucking shower and we be burning up in the fucking shower.
New York water gets hot.
Yes. I mean, your body temperature is different from a man.
You just mad because you have baby dick? You got baby dick because she done put the water
No. That's not the case.
The dick is used to close the shower curtain.
That's right. My shit out right now, the whole room get dark.
This couple, if you write back to her,
she is.
Yeah.
I think whatever she does, she's going to have to take baby steps with him because he's the one that's more traditional when it comes to sex. And he's the one that's more traditional. She's the one that's more contemporary and open-minded and willing to do
I think she continues down the path that she's in, and I think she takes the lead. Regardless of, he could be the breadwinner, he could be doing all these things, and all that. But I think she takes the lead in the sex. And I think she takes the lead and she takes it unapologetically where she does what she do and she just keeps it moving. She don't look back on that shit. If it don't work this time, I'm trying something else. You know what I mean? And eventually, if he's going to be, continuing to be, if he's going to continue to be like, be one with it, he's going to catch up. But she continues to take the lead.
It's about communication.
Right. But another thing that she probably could do also, opposed to trying to initiate him doing different things, is her do different things in front of him to stimulate him. She can get off in front of him. She can masturbate in front of him. She can dance in front of him. It's just, it's a lot of things that she can do opposed to just trying to get him to make a whole bunch of moves that will stimulate him to come outside of his box. Everybody who knows me knows I love to play outside of the sandbox, and I will call it outside of the lines.
Panties when they're out.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the edible body paint, something like that, it still gives him that sense of control, so it's not too damaging to his ego.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, she knows her man better than he knows himself. You know what turns them on. So it's all about communication and try to figure out how can your guys go forward.
Exactly.
And spice things up in the bedroom. There's no excuse for both sides. It's not. And if it's any issues, then y'all need to be together.
Yeah, because it is a damn shame because a lot of relationships do fall to the wayside, and it is because of sex. You know what I mean? You know, economics is good. You know, a household is good. Everything is good. I've heard people say, "Oh man, you know, like this is my best friend. We so cool. We do things together, but the sex is fucking shitty." So you know, I think you gotta concentrate on that, and then when we were just talking about the female, take the lead, do your thing, and I'm telling you, the guy will fucking fall in line.
But listen,
sometimes people are so consumed with the keeping up the communication on the actual relationship, they forget about that there should be some communication when it comes to sex.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's another conversation.
Absolutely.
I had that plenty of times. I had to tell a woman, like, I mean, she was talking all that shit. She could, she could do whatever, and I ain't ready for her. Then when it's time to do what it do, she didn't get 5 stars. She got a 1.5 stars.
Shit, not a star and a half.
That's like the 99-cent movie.
Throw that bitch in the garbage.
Exactly. That's what I did.
Here's one. When you reach back out to your caller or writer, ask her to pay attention to what both of their love languages are. Yeah, if
that's a Mac-ism right there.
You think? Okay, so Mac, so you think this is a love language situation?
Excuse me?
I said, Mac, you think this is a love language
situation?
Yeah,
because and what I mean by that being we're on the topic of maybe there's some friction in the way they communicate to each other. Maybe they need to look beyond the standard form of communication. Maybe it's love language. For some guys, it's tactile touch. You know, like a rub, like a rub behind the ear, just a kiss on the cheek, something like that. Or, for example, brother like me, I got locks past my waistline.
Well,
something for me is like just a gentle, playful tug. So depending on what their love language may be, and it could be, and it could vary. It could be something related to food. Maybe they can take a cooking class together. Something like that. But I would say pose that too.
You got to cook some candy yams.
Okay. He said she got to cook some candy yams to get him in the mood.
Extra marshmallows.
I like that.
Extra marshmallows on that.
I like that. I really like that.
And she might have to get him fucking completely trash wasted and just be like, bitch, this is what we're doing.
Exactly. You gotta
get on his head.
Just a nice full of Henny, huh?
Yeah. Let me sit on your motherfucking face and shut up.
Sometimes you gotta say fuck it. Yeah, you gotta say fuck it sometimes.
That's the new HD. Fuck high definition Henny dick. I like it.
Hey Lisa.
I like it. Henny dick.
Do you have a fun fact for us?
Yes. What you got?
Absolutely. So the fun fact for tonight is 30 minutes of sexual intercourse can burn approximately 200 calories. All of us that are looking to lose a little bit of weight and find another method of exercise other than the traditional,
so who gonna fuck me tonight?
Just hop in the sack with your partner and go for it. An hour and a half.
Have to send out some text messages.
30 minutes.
If I can add to that, also sex, should a person be suffering from migraines, can help alleviate the pain from the migraine because your body releases endorphins.
Yeah, so every time bitches be like, my head hurt, bitch, let me fuck you. I'll make it go away.
Damn, that's like a t-shirt. I love that. Hey, so bringing it back full circle, along with the fact of the day, when we start talking about masturbation.
Yeah.
So if you beat that motherfucker up, is that also calories lost? Yeah.
I mean,
that one I'm gonna do some research on. Right.
about masturbation and how it burns calories, but I will bring that back up. But our other fact is, sex was found to induce improved sleep. And the reason why is because you relax quicker after sex. It releases prolactin, which is responsible for you being sleepy or your body starting to relax.
All you gotta do is fuck me good and make me a sandwich.
I'm like a baby.
So that
thumb in my mouth.
So that's the prescription I need because I deal with insomnia. So I need a script written.
Yeah. Fuck me good and make me a sandwich.
I think that I think that's why sometimes men tell women, I know exactly what you need when she's mouthing off. Because he knows that if he gives her a good beat down, she's gonna relax.
Yeah.
And she'll just calm down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, Oklahoma,
they're quick to say, I know exactly what you need when she feels like that.
Yeah, he knows.
Absolutely.
Oklahoma got that a Tano PM.
At OKC. That's Tornado Alley.
They got the Avo PM.
Hell
Some of
yeah.
that Z-Quill stick.
Hell yeah. That's what's happening, man. You know, I don't think it's enough fucking going on today. It's just so many shit.
That's why everybody's so uptight and so sensitive because they ain't fucking.
And people ain't fucking enough.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, fuck more.
Well, I mean,
and why so many people need anger management classes because they're not fucking.
Like, if you think about it.
Baby boomers.
The 70s was fucking a lot. I was in the 70s. I was fucking like a motherfucker.
The 70s, right? I figure.
On the real. I was fucking like a motherfucker.
Yeah, 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, when we moved into like the late 90s, we started popping up with all these viral outbreaks. You had the avian flu, swine flu, SARS. Now we're dealing with this coronavirus. And matter of fact, what was it? Last year, 2 years ago, you had Zika.
You had Zika virus, yeah.
So that pumps the brakes on a lot of that.
Yeah.
4 years ago, Ebola.
Bird flu and cow flu, whatever.
But do y'all notice that we only have these breakouts when it's election season?
That's true.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's true. That's people stressed. They ain't fucking enough.
A lot of them, I don't know why, but a lot of them tend to have origins from China.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't fucking enough?
I had the nerve to walk around with masks and like, motherfuckers.
I've seen a video where these people that are infected are coughing on ATMs, doorknobs,
I've seen those videos.
Elevator keys.
Damn. So do that take the head game out from the Chinese?
No, it's all about hygiene. Like, people should already know you should fucking wash your hands and when you sneeze, like coughing's like elbow. That's just basic one-on-one hygiene.
Yeah, like
motherfuckers don't do that.
Why all of a sudden Walmart selling out of soap? Like, motherfuckers not washing your hands. Like,
right, hand sanitizer is sold out. There's no excuse for that. Like, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. But I gotta go. I gotta reiterate just on the topic of the night. There just is not enough fucking going on. I mean, I know we gotta like protect ourselves and all that shit, but the dick just ain't seem to be slinging like it used to. You know what I mean? The pussy ain't dripping like it used to. So I wish we would get back to that. I mean, we need to get even. So, I'm going to go on and put my political, stance out there. I think we need to get Biden in there to kind of even shit out. We can't go fixing shit until we get even again. We got to get even. We got to get even. And he got Obama in his pocket. He got motherfucking Clinton. He got everybody to get us even. We got to throw a big ass world party and just and we hosting to get everybody even. Then we can go on and start talking about some shit. But in the hood and where we at around like just grassroots, we gotta start fucking more.
Exactly. Trump need to go to Suzwani View.
Yeah.
Instead of fuck with them high class.
Who need to be fucked? Trump need to be fucked. Trump. I don't think Trump ever been fucked.
No, you must.
I'm surprised that you are rallying behind Joe Biden, and he has no agenda for black people whatsoever.
Oh, he never did.
But he's the only one that can beat Trump, though.
I don't believe.
I don't think Bernie can beat Trump because Bernie is just too argumentative. He is the Donald Trump of us. and he's an independent. Ain't
That's
shit, you know
Joe
what
Biden.
though?
What are you
Gas
talking about?
gas
Joe
grass
Biden
or
is
ass.
reckless,
No one,
bro.
nothing right. No one's rides free. Gas grass or ass. He's talking about shit for free. I don't want shit for free. I want my shit affordable. You see what I'm saying? And that's and again, I ain't mean to jump into politics, you know, because I'm gonna bring it back to fucking. I think, you know what I mean? Because I don't think Donald Trump getting enough pussy. I don't think he probably ain't never really had pussy. He been taking pussy. Taking pussy and getting pussy is two different things. He's been taking pussy and being a pervert. If he ever got any pussy, he would be the most humble motherfucker in the world. Because humble motherfuckers don't get all crazy, and people that smoke weed don't get crazy.
Wait a minute. Maybe he haven't had great pussy. Maybe he just, because he done had pussy, but maybe it's not great pussy.
He need to come to the strip club in the hood.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't had none that sound like mac and cheese, basically.
Yeah, it's nothing like that.
Exactly.
Got that Pam Anderson
You gotta
pussy.
have some mac and cheese pussy, because that's the real shit right there.
Yeah,
That's what
you
you
some
know.
Cardi B
You didn't
pussy.
even have to use the lube on that shit. That shit came natural right out the
He got
box.
the day old pussy, like the pizza pussy.
Yeah, he got that 19,
Yeah.
fucking 88.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he ain't getting, you know, old girl ain't fucking him in the White House. You know she ain't fucking him. Ain't no way.
She won't even hold his hand, so I know
She ain't fucking him. She is not fucking him.
Probably fucking his son.
No, she probably fucking one of them, but Secret Service agencies, but she ain't fucking him. You know,
her lips probably
I
tighter than
remember
a bow tie shot.
seeing that in a movie where it was like the first lady, the bougie first lady that was like with her annoying, ugly ass husband was the president, and like she had this whole secret life behind like everything. Like Milan, like crazy.
So Milana's fine. I hate that in a minute.
I hit Michelle.
Yeah, no, she's a looker for sure.
She cute, but she ain't me.
She in there for the money.
I'd rather hit her Michelle. Michelle from the South Side.
I mean, Michelle is Michelle. You know,
I bet Michelle
that's a different kind of.
I hit both of them.
He said he think Michelle pussy.
I bet she is. Eating all that Harold's chicken and that deep dish pizza down in Chicago. Shit. You know what's up, Chantel? I ain't mean to call you out like that, but you know that shit good. On the real. True talk.
Well, guys, this has been interesting, fun, crazy, and very spontaneous. I want to thank you guys for being on the show with us this evening.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Jeff, do you want to tell our listeners how they can go about listening to your podcast?
Yes. We on the Anchor platform. Shout out to Anchor. We on Spotify. We on the Apple Podcasts. We on a lot of platforms on Anchor. So all you gotta do is subscribe on Anchor to our podcast, and we'll show you all the platforms that we are on. If you want to hit us up on social media, it's Saucy Conversationz with a Z at the end on Instagram. We are also on Facebook with an S at the end after Conversationz. And just hit us up. And if you'd like to donate to the podcast, you could just press the support button. You can subscribe monthly. If not, you could just hit us directly. We're on PayPal. It's paypal.me on Saucy Conversationz. Yeah, so we just doing our thing right now. Shout out to our sponsors, Click A Blocker. Shout out to Zodiac Cigars. And we just doing our thing right now. And we want to thank Naturally Unbothered. Yeah, Queens, thank you for letting us be on. And whatever y'all guys come to New York, just let us know, and we're gonna set something up. We have to do another crossover podcast.
Yeah, that would be great.
Definitely gonna do something.
That's what's up. That's why when Jeff and I talked, I was like, "Damn, I wish that I had known, had said something when I was there, because I was that way for 6 weeks, starting October 1 for 6 weeks." For work, so I was like, that it's always the aftermath when I find out someone is like right where I'm at.
Right.
So,
the next time, just let us know, and we can set something up. Just hit up the studio, and y'all guys just come over and just do like we normally do. We also got merchandise on Teespring, so if y'all guys want to go purchase some T-shirts and all that. We got season 1 logo. We got season 2 logo. Yeah. Just support us, and we're going to keep bringing y'all that real shit.
Well, thank you, Jeff, Thaddeus, Matt, and Miss Bernice. Thank you guys so much.
Definitely keep in touch. I'm curious to see how things turn out with your caller with that question.
Definitely.
Yeah, if she's been a day one listener, I'm pretty sure she'll comment back. I'm hoping she'll comment back. Comment back, man.
If she comments back, ask her to reach out to Saucy Conversationz if she wants a male perspective as well.
Exactly.
All right.
Doors always open.
It's only just the beginning.
Hey, I just,
yeah, and when she does comment back, I'm gonna just add it to the bottom of this episode. You guys can record a message and add that message to it, and it'll just add to this episode.
Exactly.
So, so that's how we'll handle that. Ebony, you want to take us to the house?
Sure. Follow Naturally Unbothered on IG, Twitter, and Facebook. You can email us at naturallyunbothered2. That's the number 2 at gmail.com. That is naturally unbothered, the number 2 at gmail.com. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, and Overcast. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You know how we love your reviews. You know we get back to you guys. Tell a friend to tell their whole ass friends to tune in to Naturally Unbothered.
Tell all your whole ass friends, Naturally Unbothered, Saucy Conversationz.
Exactly. 5 stars. You gotta give us 5 stars.
Hey, star it
That
up.
nastiness going.
Rate the podcast like you rate our sex. 5 stars, baby.
Rate the podcast like y'all was rating the motherfucking chicken sandwich.
Popeye chicken sandwich.
Yeah. Keep that coochie juicy.
That's what's up. Until next time, that's Naturally Unbothered. Thank you, guys.
Peace,
All right, guys. Peace and love. Yeah. Shut up.
Love.
All right. Peace
out.
Ladies, I have something intimate to share with you. I've been experiencing small leakage every time I sneeze, cough, and exercise.
You're worried about leakage? I definitely have a even more intimate problem. I suffer from a pelvic prolapse.
What is a pelvic prolapse?
Basically, the pelvic muscles in my vagina don't really hold my uterus up anymore, and it kind of comes out. I actually have to put it back in before I have sex.
So your vagina's falling out?
It's falling out.
Well, ladies, guess what? Nearly 1 in 4 women is affected by pelvic floor disorders and bladder weakness. The pelvic floor is a set of muscles. They resemble a small hammock inside your vagina, in particular to support the bladder.
That's a lot of women.
Well, the designers and doctors of PeriFit have designed a Kegel exercise that has been FDA approved, and it is CE certified medical device.
Awesome.
It's called PeriFit. It's the #1 Kegel exerciser, allowing you to stay motivated with PeriFit, a Kegel training device connected to your smartphone with video games.
Games, really?
That's what I'm talking about. And thanks to the internal sensors that track the contractions of your pelvic floor muscles, you can see your progress. It's literally a 5-minute exercise. Every day, at home, or any other discreet place.
You can do it anywhere?
Anywhere.
Wow.
Bring it on.
That's what I'm talking about. And you get visible results in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It really works.
5 minutes equals 2 weeks. And I can get my vagina back to where it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
No more leakage. My way.
PeriFit has been rated 4.7 stars out of 5 by its clients. So ladies, if you're tired of the same boring pelvic floor training and you want to have fun, I'm talking about some real fun, while you tighten your intimate parts, go order it right now at perifit.com. That's PERIFIT.com. And guess what? You'll receive a 100-day trial when you use the exclusive promotional code XXX!
That's XXX exclamation?
You got it.
Did you say XXX exclamation?
XXX exclamation.
PeriFit, fewer leaks in weeks. Strengthen your pelvic floor with games.